bottom dim bottom dim bottom 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 bottom.
Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. Today again we'll speak about a little how the Yiddish nation, how each individual Yid stands out amongst lahavdol, the other nations of the world. In Amos, there is a pasuk where the Navi says that we are compared to Kibnei Kusyim. And Chazal explain, Ma ha-Kushim halolu, just like a Kushi who has colored skin. Shebeglal Ayram ha-Shachar, being that their skin is black. Einam yechelun lizboilu bein ha'amim halavenim, there's no way a colored person could get lost amongst white people. Kach gam b'nei atem b'nei Yisrael, so to a Yid can't get lost amongst other white people because they look different. They're by nature they're different, and a Yid always has to stand out. So we spoke about a yarmulke, spoke about different hanhagas of a Yid. Today we're going to stress part of the uvechukosayim leiseilechu that the Torah says in Parshas Achrei, and the Torah's Kainim tries to elaborate what is the addition of the uvechukosayim leiseilechu, which the Torah did not say before. The Torah lists off a bunch of things that you shouldn't do. So Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira in Torah's Kainim says, Shalei tegadol tzitzis, shalei tesaper kaimi. Now there's a big machlokes between the Bach and the Rambam and Rashi. What is a megadol bluris? A megadol bluris is prohibited, and a mesaper kaimi is prohibited. That's different types of haircuts that are prohibited. Now, again, when you're talking about hair and haircuts, you should know that there are different times that it's either asur al pi halacha, before davening, Friday afternoon, different types of things that you have to learn in halacha of the time of the haircut. And there are certain times where it's only asur mitzat savas Rabbi Yehuda Chassid. That's one discussion that you have to think about. Another point you have to think about is who could you take a haircut from? Because in Shulchan Aruch it says that if you're taking a haircut from a guy and the guy has a blade in his hand, that's a sakana. So there's different discussions in halacha how and when perhaps you're able to do that. But back to the point of uvechukosayim leiseilechu, there is a isser legadol tzitzis Rashi, and there's the isser of being megadol bluris. That is a type of haircut. When you're sitting by the barber and you're asking him to give you a haircut, there are certain things besides the payas and the beard, the halachas that we know that apply there. Just the general haircut. And this has nothing to do to the shilas of tefillin, which could be less of a problem than you think. It's just the appearance that a Yid has to look Yiddish. Now, I have some drawings here, which is a sachakar, which is a summary of the different opinions. According to the Bach, the Isser of Legadol Tzitzis is something similar to this, where there's a person and he just has a bush of hair. He has a lot of hair. According to the Bach, that is the Isser of being Megadol Tzitzis Rosh, and that is prohibited. According to the Rambam, the Isser of Megadol Bluris is what we would call a chup, which means to say the whole back of the hair, the middle of the hair, and the back of the hair is one size, and then there's the bluris, the chup in front. Up front is much bigger. According to the Rambam, this is part of uvechukosayim leiseilechu, that you're not allowed to be megadol bluris. According to the Rambam, to have a long ponytail is part of the isser of being mesaper kaimi. So the Rashi and Rambam are debating what exactly is the type of haircut of mesaper kaimi and megadol bluris. But either way, any one of those farukta, if I could use that word, type of haircut is questionable, either according to the Rambam or according to the Rashi. So you have to be very aware to have a Yiddish haircut. We're talking about hair. There's another part of taking care of your hair. Many people are concerned they're starting to look old. So they have white hair. Could they use different dye, or could they take any medication to color their hair? So when you're talking about a man, you're running into issues of lo yilbash. A man is not allowed to do things that are more appropriate for a woman to do. So the halacha is that asr leish lalakid, a man is not allowed to pick even one white hair from amongst black ones, because that is the isser of lo yilbash. Obviously, for a woman, it's a little different. And he's not allowed to pick, and a man is not allowed to dye the hair, even saira achas. However, if you're, for whatever reason, you want to look more mature, and you're putting you want to look older, and you're making your hair look white when they're really not white, they're really blonde or black, that perhaps is allowed to. Yeshikoyach, and please join us again next week.